We managed to escape from Lane, who is hunting us down, but they're hot on our heels, and unfortunately we're stuck here because our fuel line is busted. We have a couple of options to get a replacement. We can raise 400 cryo, which is going to take some time because we only have 27. Or we can complete a mission for Karsten, who is an intimidating shipfitter. I keep wanting to say shapeshifter for some reason. To find an old Solheim data core. We could go and do that mission now. It's over here. Oh, tutorial. Contracts are high-risk, high-reward jobs that you and your crew can take on. So we can find some more crew to help us with that mission. Contracts require preparation and care to succeed. You'll need to gather enough fuel to travel to the contract. Gather as many supplies as you can afford to keep you and your crew going. Look for opportunities to recruit crew, temporarily or permanently, to help you on a contract. Consider which crew to take carefully. They have different skills and stress resistances, and who you choose can affect the story. Very cool. Once you're ready, you can select the contract from the map and then your crew to proceed. I think I'm getting the idea that... Oh, here we go. Here's the mission, that we need more crew and more supplies. So Carson is offering you a straight barter for the feed lines you need. If you bring in the data core from this derelict ship, any raw scrap you pull out is yours. Payment, 1 feed lines, requirement, extract data core. Yeah, okay. Let's spend a bit of time looking around to see if we can find some help. And now that I'm looking at this, yeah, that's fine. We'll have Seraphin, who's the person that helped us escape, look for supplies. We only have 1. This is the, what is this? The Benz, Chaotic Dockside Bar. We can play Star and Stoker, which uses Intuit. Oh yeah, there's a little quick guide here that shows you what you're good at. But also it'll show you, someone was saying, when you're in one of these checks. I think it's this symbol here. It looks like double minus, right? Because Intuit is something we don't have a skill of. Okay, so it's a little bit tough to read, but you see these little 2 minuses? That means we're gonna lose 2 on whatever die we use in it. It says S&S is a spacer gambling game played with custom magnetic dice. Chits are stashed in symbol-marked cans, and winning is ruthlessly luck-based. Maybe that's not a good idea. We can buy a Ben's Fry as well. So that's gonna increase our, this is the, is it stamina or? Yeah, something like that. A plastic bag of flash-fried salt-flecked tubers. The Ben's Fry brings spacers back to the scattered tables of the bar cycle after cycle. 7, all right. So that's gonna be cheaper than eating here, right? At the rig gallery, because that costs supplies, and supplies are gonna be more than 7. Hexport docks, I think we already did. We did some of the things here. We could still make connections, but we need to either make some money. Oh, the contract board. This is what Seraphin was suggesting we check out. The contract name is Conway Signal. It's risky. Station management have located a Conway Signal. They're concerned to see one so close and are looking for someone to disable its source. Wow, 200 cryo. This open contract for the Hexport administration requires a fee to be paid to receive the coordinates of the job. But that's going to be going out and doing a different job. So I'll think about that. Let's just take a look at everything. Trade hall, we could buy fuel, fill fuel, buy supplies. Okay. The canteen, I think we can get food here for 13. So it's either 13 or 7. I wonder if maybe that doesn't fill you up as much, the fries. Because why would you ever eat at the canteen then? Okay. Swift scrap soul, material processing. We've got a data diffusal shift, so we could work a shift. All scrap yards have paid data diffusal work to offer. as old tech tends to be laced with protocols and countermeasures that need disabling. So that's another double minus. Scrapyard Shift, Swift Scrap Solutions, or Triple S, as it's known locally, is a chaotic and slightly terrifying scrapyard where open shifts are always available. So we just have a neutral one here. And we could sell raw scrap. Triple S is constantly processing scrap for the factories in the row. They'll pay good money for raw hull plates. So we could work this. And we got the Karsten supply, where we can deliver the data core. Okay. Or buy the feed lines. So, should we work a shift? There's also a dot. Why? Oh, that's because that's where the quest is that we have selected. Seraphin reckons any contract will go easier if you can get another crew member on board. The trick is finding them. I think that that would probably be over here. And it says complete a board contract. Seraphin advised you to get a contract from the board to help pay for your escape. Finding one should be easy. Completing it is the challenge. Okay, let's check this out. Let's chat to the crews. I'm gonna use a 50-50 chance. So we lost 1 energy because of a negative outcome, but this went up. Let's do it again. Lost another energy. So 100% positive. That should complete it. You have a good sense of this humming way station. Time to use that knowledge to your advantage. Oh, as you're gliding across the docking concourse, you hear a scuffle. The noise of Ray's voices cuts through the conversation, drifting out of the dockside shops. Glancing down an alley, you see a huddle of figures shouting back and forth. You spot one man in the middle of the group, surrounded, pushing the others back as they grab at the bag slung over his shoulder. You don't like the way this looks, but then again, Seraphin told you to keep your head down. I think we'd probably rush in. Yeah, oh, and we got minus stress. Okay. Without thinking, you kick off and glide down the alley, nudging the parabola of your drift. So you slam directly into the back of the most aggressive assailant. The impact sends them into the steel wall, and as if on cue, the figure under attack lashes out at the nearest body. He swings his bags in a crunching arc that sends his target tumbling head over heels back down the alley. The next moments are a blur of impacts as you grapple in the alley, kicking off from pipes and panels. A few seconds later, a call signals the assailants retreat, and they flee, shouting curses at you and the figure. You steady yourself, and a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. Am I supposed to be impressed? The man gives you a skeptical look. You like to throw yourself into fights you have no stake in? He laughs. Pelt's gonna eat you up. By the way, do you guys enjoy my voice acting? Because I could just read this stuff out normally if you prefer that. Let me know in the comments section if you prefer me doing a little voice acting or just reading this stuff out. How about some thanks? The man's eyebrows shoot up. You think I needed you back there? Tuts. You're the weirdest one I've met, that's for sure. You watch the man go, and then after a moment, he stops and turns back. He rubs his forehead, looking down as he does. What is your deal anyway? He sighs. Everyone's sighing in this game. Maybe you are new here, but Hexport is no place for do-gooders. I need help. All right, fine, I'm doing it for myself. I need help. The man raises his eyebrows. So you look for trouble? He shakes his head. You've got it all wrong. Look, let's not hang around, all right? The man pats his chest. I'm Femi. He unshoulders one of the bags and pushes it towards you. Make yourself useful. Let's head. You get the strap of the bag over your shoulder and follow him through the docks, gliding past the concourse towards the connecting bridges. He cuts down a side passage, looking back to check you're following. Then he stops at a docking bridge connecting to a dull green ship with yellow markings. You look out the viewing window at its odd, catamaran-like shape, seemingly built from two separate hulls welded together. Symbol crash. Symbol? Yeah, he says, and you assume that's the ship's name. Femi, you bringing in strays? A young woman, brightly dressed and stretching as she glides, drifts into the passage. She glances at you. No offense. Nia, headstrong and spirited salvager. Nia, Femi shakes his head. This one. He squeezes your shoulder. Help me fend off some Hexport scum. Well, you were busy sunning yourself. Nia raises an eyebrow. I'm sure you could handle them, big brother. Her glib response hides the flash of concern that passes across her face. You can't tell if Femi noticed. Nia turns to you. Thanks. She smiles sweetly. And I am sorry for my brother. She shoots him a glance. Just in general. Nia, Femi murmurs. Enough now. He reaches over and takes the bag you were carrying. Nia rolls her eyes at you but stays silent. Factory Row wouldn't take these. Femi hefts the bag. I'm gonna load them back up. Maybe we'll find a use for them. Turns back to you. Thanks for the assist, Sleeper. He nods firmly. Not what I expected. He slaps the button for the bridge door and kicks off along the docking bridge on his way to the symbol crash. Nia looks at you with raised eyebrows. I hope my brother was joking. Or did you really help him? I tried. Thank you. She looks back at the ship. My brother needs help more than he admits. It's okay. She pauses, thinking. I want to ask you something. She takes a deep breath, then gives you a direct look. What is she building up to? Are you looking for crew? She looks away. Sorry to be direct, but you seem like, well, if you're on Hexport, maybe you're with the crew? She stops herself. I mean, maybe your crew needs crew. Maybe you're looking? I am. She struggles to hide her smile. Nia looks back at the ship, then at you. Look, I'll be honest. Being on a crew with my brother is nice, but he is suffocating me. She frowns at her own bluntness. I'm not a kid anymore, you know, but he still sees me like one. She shrugs. I want to show him I can handle myself. I need experience. I need to run some contracts. She gives you a determined look. What do you say? I'll think about it. I'm a good salvager, all right. You can use me. She smiles. I can spot things, find gaps, ways in. She folds her arms across her chest. I know what I'm doing. Femi taught me well. She glances back at the ship. Just consider it, all right? Let me prove myself. Suddenly, a shout comes from the ship, echoing down the passage. Femi. He makes both of you nervous. Nia looks in his direction. I should go. She pushes off towards the docking bridge. I'll be waiting. Nia gives you one last glance as she departs, then disappears into the docking bridge, leaving you alone in the passage. New local crew available, minor drive complete, +1 upgrade points. So, should we go? Oh, I need 4. Oh, we need 4 in general, don't we? 2 for these. So 1 upgrade point doesn't do anything. Why even give you 1 then? Why don't they just... interesting. I can't do this either. All right. The warehouse, freight storage. Freight loading. There we go. This is what we need to be doing. The warehouse at the Hexport docks supply the industrial operations at the station, meaning they need constant loading and restocking. Okay, let's end the day. But let's get some fries first. It goes up 2. I imagine if we get the other meal, it goes up 3 or 4. Oh, I have to input dice to rest? So how do I make it to the next day? Oh, I just end cycle, right? Okay. Still getting used to this. And you lose 1 per cycle. Didn't unlock anything else, right? You can toggle the board contract. How are we going to get a hold of her? I guess we'll buy this contract. We'll do it regardless. At some point. You've paid the fee on this contract. You need to complete the job. Hexport will pay you in return. So where is this job? It's closer. Disable signal source. It's risky. So it'll take 2 fuel. That'll take 3 fuel. So it actually isn't taking up supplies. Okay. Let's work this. Maybe 4, just to make sure. You settle into the rhythm of the warehouse and put in a solid shift. We get 8 cryo for that. And how much do the supplies cost? 15. So let's get some supplies. And should we go for that contract? Kind of curious to see what it's like. I'm not really sure I understand how I'm supposed to get her to my crew. Let's try it out. Conway signal, a screeching call out of the void. Okay, so she's still part. Okay, she has joined us. She was like, you know, find me if you want to do something. All right, so we could instead go and do this, since we have 3 supplies. But in order to come back, are we gonna need more fuel? We don't have a max of 6, so. All right, let's try this first. And we need. Junie's not available. Okay. Its Seraphim is locked. Let's do it. See what it's like. It's a drone! Seraphim spots the signal source first, the light barely shimmering off its dark hull plating, a design trait that betrays its covert use. A flash catches your attention, and you see a rent in the hull through which red light pulses. Oh, we've got a fresh set of dice. So I should have used up all my dice before we went. Okay. Wounded, Seraphim shakes his head. Wish they'd finished the job. You've seen one before? Seraphim looks back over his shoulder towards you. We've seen one before, don't you? Sorry, I know it isn't your fault. I don't remember what happened. He looks at the drone. Lane had us work on one in a Darkside Bay. Though it was barely a shell, disarmed and deactivated. He had us searching through its guts for salvage. Even that one gave me the creeps. And it had its core ripped out. He pushes the ship closer. This one is still alive. Conway, Nia kisses her teeth. Corporate scum. You glance over at her and see the fire in her bright eyes. They don't even dare to come here and force us out themselves. It's all proxies and drones. She shakes her head. Typical cold-bred cowards. Run into them before? She glances at you. You might say that. She looks out at the drone. You won't see me taking my eyes off that thing for a second. Seraphim carefully guides the ship closer. You watch the drone. System is full of these things now. running missions for their operators. Rare to see one out in the belt, though. Maybe got hit during a run with Senate stat mercs. Looks like it's drifting. Most of the system's blown out. But look there. He jabs a finger towards a red light on the far side of the drone. It's still broadcasting, and maybe even receiving. Can it attack us? Unlikely, Seraphim smiles. Would have blasted us already if it could. Comforting, Nia looks nervous. Seraphim brings you ever closer. What I remember from the dark side job is that the central core and the broadcast array need to be shut off to kill these things. Core will turn off local systems, and the broadcast array will sever the link with the convoy operators. Seraphim swallows. But you can bet those systems are protected. We'll let him explain. Your attention is suddenly drawn by a shudder from the drone, like a tremor running along its length. This thing is rigged to blow, Sleeper, he frowns. We go slow and careful, and we don't touch anything we don't know about. He turns back to Nia. You hear that? I got you. She looks sincere. Seraphim brings the rig to a stop, close enough for you to cross through open space to reach the drone's hull. Let's suit up. You head down to the airlock to prepare. As you get suited up, you think of the corporate war taking place in the inner system. The war that this drone was driven from. Out here on the shore of the conflict, the biggest danger is that this flotsam and jetsam drifting in with the tides and orbits of the system might, one cycle, bring the war with it. For now, the belt is outside of its reach, but looking out at the red pulsing drone, that doesn't give you much comfort. Ah, okay, our first contract. Well, on a contract, you'll be able to assign 2 dice for each crew member, as you would assign your own dice. Now, I think we get a buff for this. Pay attention to the crew's skills to use them effectively. On certain outcomes, crew will take crew stress. When their stress is full, you will no longer be able to use them to perform actions. While on a contract, your energy bar will automatically be supplied for each cycle that you have available supplies. Okay, so you use supplies to feed yourself. When your supplies are depleted, both you and your crew will take 1 stress per cycle. I think, is this the stress up here? Okay, contracts will have their own contract stress. When this bar is filled, the contract will fail. Good luck! Drone stress, rigged to blow. Oh, 1 and 2. So can I change these? No, they have their own dice that we can use along with ours. Look at Seraphim, big roller. Hull damage, exposed drone interior, or drone interior access. Okay, let's check out the hull damage. Into it, we have the double minus. Endure, we have the plus, so we'll probably use this. Create an opening. There's a gap where the drone sustains some damage. With a lot of effort, it might be possible to pry away the plates and create an entry point. Oh, and we can see what the other, what our shipmates are good at too. That's what the colors are. Okay. Broadcast access. The drone's damage provides a lucky access point to the broadcast array, which will have to be disabled. And then what's this? The access hatch. Control access. Getting inside the drone requires care as much as force. Conway is highly protective of their proprietary systems. We're not very good at these things. So I think we're going to focus on the hull damage and trying to get through there. This is dangerous and this is risky. We're good at this. So let's try this. Create an opening. Good. Neutral outcome. So broadcast access has gone up. Let's keep going. We can use his. As the hull plating comes away, a red lit tangle of twisted cables and piping is revealed, like the interior of some creature. I don't know. I think I want to maybe save the Sixers for something else. Good. The drone's dark hull plates give under pressure and opening starts to take shape. We're getting there. Double plus, positive outcome. As the hull plating comes away, a red lit of... Oh, it's like the same... Oh, and piping is revealed like the interior of some creature. I don't know if these are the same or they're different. We got to keep going, so... What is this going to give us? 50-50, yeah. It's kind of useless here. I guess we'll use his. 100% positive. Okay. Keep going. This might be it. If we can get a positive. Yeah! The drone's damage... Oh. While on a contract, you could use your push ability to give you an edge in a tricky situation. Pushing accrues 1 stress, but will give you a key advantage based on your chosen class. You can see your current push configuration if you hold your mouse over the button and on the character screen. Oh, the push is right here. Your push can be upgraded and configured in the character screen when not on a contract. So this gives +1 stress, but +2 to lowest crew dice. The drone's damage provides a lucky access point to the broadcast array, which will have to be disabled. So we should have gotten another spot, right? You hear the bleeping immediately. Among the chambers and cabling of the drone's interior, something has started counting down. Guys, Nia's voice comes hissing through the suit's comm channel. Does anyone else hear that? Because I'm getting nervous. Shit, Seraphine's voice joins her. This is what I was worried about. Are we screwed? I can't be sure. Seraphine has dropped his voice to a whisper, as if that might make a difference. Either this thing is about to send out a distress call, or it's about to blow. You've got to shut this system down fast. He pauses. Then we move on to the other side, because I bet you there's a surprise waiting for us there too. We good? Nia sounds tense. Am I heading back to the ship or what? Seraphine cuts in. We're good. We keep going. He shuts off the channel. You take a moment in the silence. All right, time to deal with this fast. Then get over to the other side before something happens. Okay, so broadcast system. Something is steadily bleeping in the core. If you don't work fast, you're going to be in trouble. So every cycle, this will go up 1. So we have 3 cycles to do this. Disable the core, shut down the broadcast array. Once both are done, this Conway drone won't bother anyone anymore. We have all negatives on hacking, which is not good. So, and... $50-50? I think that's a bad idea. So we rest, I guess, to get new dice? Or should I take a shot at this as well? It's all negatives. It's going to be all 50-50. Okay. I'm learning. You know what? We're learning, so we're going to take some risks. Oh, nice. This drone systems begin to give up their secrets. With enough time, the access hatch can be opened. Okay, that's good enough. So let's end the cycle. No energy loss. So now we're at 2 supplies. We got some, well, overall we didn't really get better rolls. We got good rolls actually. We just have to do. So is this gonna disable the array? Put the entire system offline. One by one, ooh, positive outcome. One by one, the various parts of the broadcast system go dark. Almost there. Let's use Seraphins. Oh no, negative outcome. It's dicey, Sleeper. More stress. Oh, they're getting the stress, not us. Okay. Nice. The interior of the drone lights up in a crimson flash. Disabling the drone's array will halt its connection to Conway and keep them from coming to collect. So that's the one side. We still have to do this side. Gotcha. We're the only one that's really good at this. Got stress though. There's, yeah, so that's stress up there. As your stress increases, you'll have a higher chance of taking damage to your action dice each time you roll them. All right, let's keep working on this. The hatch starts to move as the mechanism is adjusted. This might actually work. So do I take 50-50 chances now? I guess I could do the push. But isn't that... Yeah, let's try it. So now we got 3 and 4. Which gives you 50-50 anyways. So that wasn't worth it. Drone stress. Oh, that's done. Okay. So there's no, it's not going to explode anymore? Oh, the drone stress is at 1, 4, and we're toast. Okay. Nice, +2, but we got 1 stress. The hatch mechanism is complex, but with care and attention, it starts to make sense. This will take time. I think we'll risk it. Nice! +2 control access, but 1 stress. Now we've got to rest. Now, can I de-stress? No, that's just for our energy, and there is no energy here. We use 1 supply per turn. Per cycle. Okay, that's good. Should I use push again? Well, let's see how this plays out. We'll use ours first. We just need 2 more. Nice, triple positive outcome. The drone shifts, something has changed. Control system, core drone systems. We need to disconnect the backup, which uses Intuit. Ah, she's good at Intuit, excellent. So we chose correctly. In the core, you see the drone is running on backup power. Disconnect that carefully and you'll be one step closer to a full shutdown. So we've already done one side, now we're doing this side. Disabling the drone's core will stop it from ever restarting and causing Hexport or the local crews more trouble. All right, let's just go for it. 100% positive, we got it. That's 2. A whole set of connectors is released. Just a handful more to go, and this is over. It's all you. It's all you, Nia. Boom, disabled. The interior of the drone lights up in a crimson flash. The thrumming, pulsing interior of the drone goes still for the first time since you boarded it. You look across at Seraphim and Nia and share a smile. You all exhale so loudly it can be heard over the suit's shared comm channel. The drone is dead. One less piece of Conway shit to worry about, Nia grins. We killed it. Don't get too excited, Seraphim cuts in. It was looking pretty rough when we got here. You make your way back out to the hull, the drone now faintly rolling in one direction, its stabilizers offline. Nia catches up with you as you glide towards the rig. We make a pretty good crew, Sleeper. We do. Nia grins widely. She punches you on the arm playfully. You reach the rig's airlock and take one last look at the drone's dark hull. It catches the light as it rolls in the vacuum. At some point in the near future, this drone will likely be smashed to pieces by one of the many asteroids of the belt. Spread across this place is twinkling dust. The thought pleases you. Yeah, after that stress, pleases me too. As does the thought of all that cryo Hexport now owes you. Time to go collect. So we can leave via the map. Can now travel back to the hub. Once you leave, you will not be able to return. -5 stress during travel. Cool. Guess we just relax. After docking at Hexport, Seraphim lets go of the controls and leans back in his chair. Nia leans over to you. Thank you, Sleeper. She stretches. I know you took a chance on me. Glad to have you. Nia smiles, an infectious smile. Feels good to make a contract work, Seraphim smiles. No matter how we pull it off. What do you mean no matter how we pull it off? That was pretty smooth. Stressful, but smooth. It's hard not to agree, and it feels better when the Hexport courier comes with a lockbox full of chits. Lane may still be hunting you, but this should help the effort to slip his net. Suddenly you hear a familiar voice. Nia? Femi glides into view, approaching from the docks. He fixes you with a stare. What are you playing at, Sleeper? Nia wanted to come. You go to speak, but Nia drifts forward, cutting you off. Don't come throwing your weight around, Femi. I can make my own decisions. She glances back at you. Sleeper took me at my word, and I am grateful. Femi assuming. Did they now? Turns to you. Well, if you are working for Sleeper, I hope they paid you well. Nia looks away. Well, I asked, so... Femi smiles. Oh, so they aren't paying you? Seraphim crosses his arms. Let's keep this civil. You realize this is the first time he's meeting Femi. If we are being civil, seems like Nia's owed her share. Femi fixes you with a severe look. Yeah, we could pay her share. You grab around a quarter of the chits from the lockbox and hold them out to Nia. She takes them sheepishly. All right then, Femi smiles. We're good here. Turns to leave. Nia mouths a sorry and follows Femi across the docks. Seraphim watches them go. You sure know how to pick 'em, Sleeper? He shakes his head. He turns away and heads back along the docking bridge. I just hope we aren't going to end up a stack of cryo short when we need to get out of here. 153 is pretty damn good. We just completed a drive and earned an upgrade point. You have push upgrades available. Go to the character screen. All right. Yeah. Okay. Now we've got 2. So we could choose when we rally. I guess we also add -1 crew stress unless full, or +1 to affected crew dice. I'm gonna go dice. And then next we've got -1 crew stress or -2 stress of full. Okay, -1 if... -1 if it's not full, -2 if it is full. Okay, cool. This seems like a good point to wrap up this episode. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you all on the next episode of Citizen Sleeper 2, and I love you all.